Hi guys, I'm Mitch. Welcome back to the channel. This is my Subaru Crosstrek, and today I'll be walking you guys through my car camping conversion. Let's get into it. When I first started to design the conversion, I had a few things in mind. A modular design for different configurations, allowing for solo as well as two-person trips. Easy access to the car's built-in storage, like the spare tire compartment, center console, and glove box. A tailored fit for my existing gear, like my air mattress, stove, cooler, and even my subwoofer. I also wanted to keep the overall cost down, so aside from the plywood top sheet and some hardware, the remainder of the conversion was repurposed. The structure was leftover wood from a decking project earlier this summer, and I still had the plastic drawers from college. Diving deeper into the materials, the top sheet consists of 3/4 inch plywood, and the support structure is pressure treated wood. There's 2 hinges on the top sheet for the back portion, and then 3 additional hinges for the support structure. I used wood filler for the screw holes and polyacrylic clear coat as a protectant. And now onto the two-person configuration. This is with the passenger seat installed and the other side of the mattress inflated to accommodate 2 people. As for my solo setup, I do remove the passenger seat. It not only creates more storage space, but also adds a good 6 inches onto my sleeping platform. And being 6 feet, this makes a world of a difference. I will link a full in-depth video on how to remove the passenger seat. But in short, it is 4 bolts, 2 in the front, 2 in the back, and a few electrical connections underneath the seat. And then it pops right out. I put my weather text down to cover and add some protection over the carpet. This is the front portion of the conversion. It houses 2 smaller drawers and my subwoofer. I understand that a subwoofer is not the first thing you think about in a car camping conversion, and it does take up a fair amount of space, but I wanted to include it in the build, and it actually acts as a portion of the structure when that strap is cinched down. With the front insert in place, there's still adequate room to access the glove box. This piece of plywood rests on 1x1s on either side. It spans between the front and back sections and is notched to allow access to the center console. Moving on to the hatch, there are 2 door hinges that allow independent access to each side, and it rests in place with about a 1/4 inch clearance on all sides. It can also be removed completely and brings me to likely the most important portion of the build. The entire structure is hinged to allow access to the spare tire and jack. The majority of other conversions that I've seen online don't take this into consideration and actually require you to remove the entire conversion just to access this compartment. As a solo traveler, I wanted to make it as easy as possible to have access to this in case of an emergency. Now I'll take some time to walk through the additional storage for the conversion. I'll pack what I typically bring on trips with me, but I'll save the specifics of my gear for another video. The left side holds the majority of my kitchen supplies and stove, and the right side holds jumpers, vacuum, and some miscellaneous hardware. This bin holds my camera gear and electronics, and as long as the seat is pushed forward in the upright position, you can slide the bin right in, and there's actually a 1x1 stopper to prevent it from going any further backwards. Although it may look unfinished, I purposely left the sides open so you can stuff things in that otherwise unused space. The same concept goes to the right side. This bin holds the majority of my cleaning supplies, and this holds toiletries, and then the bottom drawer is dry food. It's a small trash can and an easy access crate that fits even when the seat's pushed back and reclined. I use this space for shoes, and in the wintertime I'll swap the bin out for my snowboard boots. This is the same mattress but just with one side inflated for the solo setup. I also have a foam rollout pad and a inflatable winter sleeping pad for when it gets cold outside. These are weatherproof storage bins. The bottom one has additional car camping gear, and I use the top one for clothing. I can fit a 50-quart cooler in the back, but I don't always need it, especially for shorter trips. This is my cold weather sleeping bag, but I also have a warmer weather option as well as a camping blanket. I store my computer bag in here because it has easy access from both sides. Typically I leave this space open, but I always have the option to lock an additional crate down to store some supplies. Going along with additional storage, I have a Thule cargo rack. In it right now is my snowboards, I have a camping pad, table and an extra bucket. I also have a hitch cargo basket, but I don't have it on my car right now. These are sunshades or privacy screens, but I usually store these underneath the bed to keep them flat. I'll hop in the front seat with my seat in the normal position for driving, and I'll show you how easy it is to kind of slide into bed. I'm 6 feet and relatively flexible, so I can make my way back there. Right now I have my feet flush against the hatch, and as you can see, it gives me a good 6 inches of extra space. And in the wintertime, that's crucial because if you compress the down or synthetic, it reduces the warmth performance of your sleeping bag. I tend to sleep with my head closer to the front of the car, so I have access. I can look out the sunroof, not like it has any view, the box is blocking it, but the condensation from my breath can escape. I would actually say that sleeping with your head towards the hatch would make it easier to get in and out of bed, but I can make it work. This was my first attempt at a conversion, and obviously has room for improvement. I would consider it a prototype. I was a structural acoustic engineer for several years and have hundreds, if not thousands of hours of modeling experience. I'm planning to make a digital copy of the conversion and making improvements throughout the process. Just to name a few: bolting the structure to the car, constructing more robust drawers, reducing overall weight, and making the rear section slightly more modular for easy removal. If you have any suggestions or concepts for the build, please let me know. I'm always trying to incorporate as much as I can. If you have any questions, please throw them down in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, and if you want to see more content like this, please subscribe to my channel.